Imagine waking up to the gentle glow of a sunrise cresting over a tranquil mountain range. The world is quiet, your mind is clear, and for a moment, everything feels in balance. Now, what if you could carry that sense of peace and clarity into your relationships? What if ancient wisdom held the key to dissolving conflicts, deepening connections, and building unshakable emotional resilience? Today, we invite you on a transformative journey to uncover the timeless power of Stoicism, a philosophy that can elevate every relationship in your life, from your partner to your family and closest friends. Stay with us as we explore these life-changing principles and discover how to embrace the serenity and strength that Stoicism offers. And by the end of this journey, you'll understand why we call ourselves the Stoic Path to Serenity. Picture this: Marcus Aurelius, the great Roman emperor, writing his meditations late at night by candlelight, reflecting on human connections and how to nurture them. His timeless insights have guided countless individuals toward deeper understanding and harmony, and now they can guide you too. Stoicism isn't just a philosophy, it's a practical toolkit for emotional resilience and stronger bonds. In this video, we'll explore 5 transformative Stoic practices that will not only improve your relationships, but also help you navigate conflicts with calm, empathy, and wisdom. Each practice is a stepping stone to building emotional resilience and lasting connections. Stay with us because by the end of this video, you'll not only have actionable insights, but also a renewed perspective on love, patience, and gratitude. Trust me, you don't want to miss this, as the final principle is a life-changing revelation. Let's get started. Imagine a world where misunderstandings fade and conflicts resolve effortlessly. What if the secret lies within you? Together, let's uncover this wisdom and transform the way we connect with those we love. Whether it's with a partner, family member, or friend, Stoicism provides timeless wisdom to create stronger, healthier connections. Before we begin, let me ask you, have you ever felt misunderstood, struggled with conflict, or yearned for deeper emotional bonds? Stay with us, because today we'll uncover 5 transformative Stoic principles that will help you build lasting and meaningful relationships. And trust me, you don't want to miss the final principle. It's a game changer. Let's explore this together. The first step to better relationships is understanding the Stoic principle of the dichotomy of control. For example, imagine a couple where one partner tends to interrupt during conversations. Rather than focusing on changing the interrupting behavior immediately, the other partner could reflect on their own response and calmly communicate their feelings. By focusing on what they can control, such as their own patience and clarity, they foster a more constructive dialogue, exemplifying how this principle can lead to stronger connections. It teaches us to focus on what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and reactions, and let go of what we cannot, like others' opinions or behaviors. When we let go of the need to control others, we reduce unnecessary conflicts. Instead, we learn to approach disagreements calmly, focusing on how we respond. For instance, if a loved one acts unpredictably, rather than trying to change them, reflect on your response. Are you reacting emotionally, or are you staying composed? Imagine a situation where your partner forgot an important anniversary. Your initial reaction might be anger or disappointment. But by applying the dichotomy of control, you shift your focus. Instead of dwelling on their mistake, you choose to communicate your feelings calmly. This approach not only resolves the issue, but strengthens your bond. So the next time a conflict arises, take a deep breath and remind yourself, what part of this can I control? Your calm response might inspire others to mirror that energy. Empathy is at the heart of strong relationships, and Stoicism emphasizes understanding others' perspectives. The Stoics believed that we should see the world through others' eyes to build compassion and avoid judgment. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Whenever you are about to find fault with someone, ask yourself, what fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I'm about to criticize?" This advice can be transformative in modern relationships. For example, if you find yourself frustrated with your partner's forgetfulness, pause and ask, "Do I also overlook things at times?" This shift from criticism to self-awareness fosters mutual understanding and reduces conflict. By reflecting on our shared humanity, we foster deeper connections. Take a moment to think about a recent argument. What assumptions did you make about the other person's intentions? Now imagine viewing the situation from their perspective. How might their experiences or emotions have influenced their actions? Before judging a partner's or friend's actions, pause and ask yourself, what might they be feeling right now? This shift in perspective can transform misunderstandings into opportunities for growth. Detachment is often misunderstood as indifference. However, Stoic detachment is about loving others deeply while accepting that we can't control outcomes. For example, consider a parent who guides their child through important decisions, but ultimately allows them to make their own choices. By letting go of the need to control the outcome, the parent fosters trust and respect, strengthening the relationship while still providing love and support. This mindset prevents overdependence and cultivates healthier relationships. For example, instead of worrying excessively about your partner's decisions, trust in the strength of your connection. Focus on being the best version of yourself rather than controlling their actions. Write down a situation where you felt overly attached to a specific outcome in a relationship. Reflect on how this attachment might have affected your behavior. Then, practice visualizing yourself letting go of the outcome and focusing on your intentions instead. Reflect daily. Am I holding on too tightly to expectations? How can I support without controlling? Detachment allows love to flourish freely. Gratitude transforms relationships by shifting our focus from what's missing to what's present. The Stoics practice gratitude daily, reflecting on the people and moments that enrich their lives. Imagine expressing appreciation to a friend for their kindness or thanking your partner for their support. These small acts of gratitude create a positive ripple effect, strengthening bonds over time. A Stoic philosopher once wrote a letter of gratitude to his closest friend, recounting every instance where the friend's wisdom and kindness helped him. The friend, deeply moved, said it was the most meaningful gift he had ever received. Start a gratitude journal. Each day, write down 3 things you're grateful for in your relationships. Share these thoughts with those you cherish to deepen your connection. The final key to improving relationships is mastering the art of response over reaction. When emotions run high, Stoicism teaches us to pause, reflect, and act with intention rather than impulse. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." By controlling our reactions, we prevent minor issues from escalating and demonstrate emotional resilience. Let's try a simple Stoic breathing technique. Inhale for 4 counts, hold for 4, and exhale for 6. Use this exercise to center yourself before responding in challenging situations. Consider practicing this technique daily, especially during moments of reflection. Over time, it will become second nature, allowing you to approach all situations with calm and clarity. Through the principles of control, empathy, detachment, gratitude, and intentional response, Stoicism provides a roadmap for stronger, more fulfilling relationships. Remember this acronym to keep these principles in mind. CEDAR. Control, empathy, detachment, appreciation, and response. Just as a cedar tree stands tall and resilient, these principles will help your relationships flourish and endure. Remember, transformation takes practice, but each small step brings you closer to serenity and connection. If you found this video helpful, subscribe to the Stoic Path to Serenity for more insights and practices to improve your life and relationships. Let's continue this journey together. Stick around for our upcoming videos, where we'll dive deeper into Stoic meditations and their role in strengthening emotional bonds. Imagine this: the sky painted in hues of orange and purple, the calming sound of waves meeting the shore, and 2 people sitting together, sharing their deepest thoughts. It's a moment of connection, pure and unfiltered, a reminder of what understanding can truly feel like. Now think about the moments in your own relationships when misunderstandings or conflicts arose. How many of those could have been softened or even avoided if you had paused to see things from the other person's perspective? This is where empathy becomes the cornerstone of connection. In Stoicism, practicing empathy is not just a virtue but a pathway to harmony and wisdom. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Whenever you are about to find fault with someone, ask yourself, what fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I am about to criticize?" This simple question holds the power to transform how we approach disagreements. This is what detachment offers us: freedom. Freedom from the exhausting cycle of worry and control. Freedom to love unconditionally. It allows us to be present in our relationships, appreciating the journey of connection rather than being fixated on the destination. So, how can you practice this in your own life? Number 1 is to identify expectations. Take a moment to reflect on your relationships. Are there areas where you're clinging too tightly to specific outcomes? Write them down. Number 2 is to shift focus to intentions. Ask yourself, am I focusing on what I can control? If not, redirect your energy. Focus on how you show up in the relationship. Are you being kind, supportive, and honest? Lastly is to practice letting go. This doesn't happen overnight. Start small. The next time you find yourself worrying about someone's response or decision, pause. Remind yourself, I've done my part. The rest is not mine to carry. Think of detachment as stepping into the flow of life. You're no longer fighting against the current, trying to force things to go your way. Instead, you're moving with it, allowing relationships to evolve naturally, free from the weight of unrealistic expectations. Detachment doesn't mean you care less. It means you care better. You're no longer loving from a place of control or fear, but from a place of trust and peace. Take a moment now to visualize someone you care about. Picture the expectations you've placed on them, maybe without even realizing it. Now, imagine gently releasing those expectations, like a lantern floating into the sky. Feel the weight lift. What's left? Love. Pure, unconditional love. When we embrace detachment, we give our relationships the space to grow and thrive. We become more present, more understanding, and more at peace. And in letting go, we discover something unexpected, the beauty of connection, unburdened and free. So, as you move forward, ask yourself, what lanterns am I ready to release? Your journey toward healthier, more balanced relationships starts here. Picture this. It's the end of a long day. You sit quietly, a journal open before you. The soft glow of candlelight illuminates the page as you write down 3 things you're grateful for in your relationships. Maybe it's the way your partner made you laugh today, a thoughtful gesture from a friend, or a comforting word from a family member. This simple act might seem small, but it's transformative. Gratitude is a cornerstone of Stoic practice, and when applied to relationships, it has the power to deepen bonds, mend rifts, and bring a sense of peace and connection that's often missing in the rush of daily life. The Stoics believed in reflecting on gratitude daily, not just as a fleeting emotion, but as a deliberate practice. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love." But how often do we truly take the time to appreciate the people in our lives? So often we get caught up in what's missing, what's wrong, rather than focusing on what's right. And in doing so, we miss the opportunity to nurture the relationships that mean the most to us. Studies have shown that gratitude strengthens relationships. When we take the time to acknowledge and express appreciation, we create a positive feedback loop. The person receiving gratitude feels valued and seen, and we, in turn, feel more connected to them. Consider this. When was the last time you thanked your partner, friend, or family member for something they did? Not out of obligation, but genuinely. Imagine the impact of making this a daily habit. Gratitude shifts our focus. Instead of dwelling on small annoyances like a forgotten chore or a missed text, we start noticing the countless ways others enrich our lives. This shift doesn't just improve our mood, it changes the way we interact, fostering warmth and understanding. Let's explore some simple yet powerful ways to bring gratitude into your relationships. Gratitude journaling. Set aside 5 minutes each evening to reflect on the people in your life. Write down 1 or 2 things you appreciate about them. Maybe it's something they said, did, or simply who they are. Over time, this practice will train your mind to focus on the positives. Imagine opening your journal after a year and seeing pages filled with beautiful moments, a treasure trove of love and connection. Express gratitude directly. It's one thing to feel gratitude, it's another to share it. Send a heartfelt message, write a note, or simply say, "I really appreciate you." These words, though simple, carry immense weight. For example, telling a friend, "Thank you for always listening, it means so much to me," can strengthen your bond more than you might expect. The gratitude pause. When you find yourself frustrated in a relationship, pause and ask, what am I grateful for in this person? This mental reset can help shift your perspective, turning potential conflict into an opportunity for understanding. Here's a story for you. A man once decided to write a gratitude letter to his father. Their relationship had been strained for years, filled with misunderstandings and unspoken words. But instead of focusing on the conflicts, The man wrote about all the times his father had been there for him, the sacrifices, the support, the love shown in quiet ways. When he handed his father the letter, something incredible happened. His father, a stoic man who rarely showed emotion, teared up. They sat together, talking for hours, their bond stronger than ever. This is the power of gratitude. It breaks down walls, heals wounds, and opens the door to deeper connection. Gratitude doesn't have to be grand or time-consuming. It's in the little things. Saying thank you when your partner makes you coffee, complimenting a friend on their kindness, acknowledging the small ways your loved ones make your life better. When practiced consistently, these small moments of gratitude weave a stronger fabric of connection. They remind us, and the people around us, that we are valued and cherished. Let's take a moment to reflect. Think of one person in your life who means a lot to you. Now ask yourself, what qualities do I appreciate most about them? What's one thing they've done recently that brought me joy? How can I show them my gratitude today? Write down your thoughts, or better yet, tell them directly. You might be surprised at how this simple act deepens your relationship. Gratitude is more than a feeling. It's a practice, a way of life. When we embrace it, we not only transform our own perspective, but also strengthen the bonds we share with others. As you move forward, ask yourself each day, what am I grateful for in my relationships? In that simple question lies the power to build lasting love, trust, and connection. And remember, the more gratitude you give, the more it grows. So, start today. Your relationships and your heart will thank you. Responding, not reacting. Take a moment to reflect. How often do we let impulsive reactions shape our relationships? Perhaps it's an angry word spoken in haste or a defensive tone during a disagreement. These moments, though fleeting, can create lasting rifts. Now imagine the opposite, a relationship where calm, intentional responses replace reactive outbursts. This is the power of Stoicism, which teaches us to pause, reflect, and choose our responses wisely. Epictetus reminds us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. In this chapter, we'll explore how the simple yet profound practice of pausing before reacting can transform your relationships. Through emotional resilience and self-regulation, you can create stronger trust and understanding with the people who matter most. One of the most effective Stoic practices is learning to pause. In moments of conflict or stress, this pause acts as a buffer between stimulus and response. It allows us to step back, evaluate the situation, and decide how to proceed with clarity and intention. Consider this scenario. Your partner comes home from work, visibly upset, and snaps at you over something trivial. Your immediate instinct might be to snap back, escalating the tension. But what if you paused? What if you took a moment to breathe, recognize their frustration, and respond with calm curiosity instead? A simple question like, "Are you okay? You seem stressed," can diffuse the situation and open the door to understanding rather than conflict. Emotional resilience, the ability to stay grounded and composed during challenges, is a hallmark of Stoic practice. By cultivating this skill, you can navigate even the most difficult conversations with grace and empathy. Imagine a disagreement with a friend. Instead of jumping to conclusions or reacting defensively, you pause and think, what's the core issue here? What's my role in resolving it? How can I communicate without escalating emotions? This shift from reaction to reflection not only prevents unnecessary arguments, but also strengthens trust. It shows the other person that you value the relationship enough to respond thoughtfully. Let's try a simple Stoic breathing exercise to practice emotional regulation. This technique can be used anytime you feel overwhelmed or tempted to react impulsively. Inhale deeply through your nose for 4 counts. Hold your breath for 4 counts, letting the stillness ground you. Exhale slowly through your mouth for 6 counts, releasing tension as you do. Repeat this cycle 3 to 5 times, or until you feel calm. This practice not only centers your emotions, but also creates the mental space needed to respond with clarity and purpose. Allow me to share an anecdote. A manager I know, Sarah, was once confronted by an angry employee. Instead of reacting defensively, Sarah paused, took a deep breath, and listened carefully. She asked open-ended questions to understand the root of the frustration. By the end of the conversation, not only had the tension dissipated, but the employee also felt heard and valued. Sarah's composed response turned a potentially volatile situation into an opportunity for growth and connection. This is the power of responding, not reacting. It's not about suppressing emotions, but channeling them constructively, to build stronger relationships. Here are 3 practical steps to incorporate the Stoic principle of responding into your daily life. Practice the pause. The next time you feel your emotions rising, count to 5 before speaking. Use this moment to ground yourself and choose your words intentionally. Reframe the situation. Ask yourself, what is the other person feeling right now? How can I approach this with empathy? This shift in perspective can turn a reactive moment into a constructive one. Reflect afterward. After a challenging interaction, take time to reflect. What worked? What didn't? How can you improve next time? This self-awareness is key to mastering the art of response. In the stillness of a pause lies the potential for transformation. When we choose to respond instead of reacting, we show others that we value their perspective and prioritize connection over conflict. As you practice this principle, remember, every pause, every intentional breath, every thoughtful word brings you closer to the kind of relationships you desire. The next time emotions run high, ask yourself, what would a Stoic do? And in that moment, choose the path of calm, clarity, and compassion. And so, we come full circle. From the ancient wisdom of the Stoics to the modern challenges of relationships, these timeless principles offer us a roadmap, a guide to navigate the complexities of human connection with grace, clarity, and strength. Let's take a moment to revisit the 5 practices we explored today. The dichotomy of control. Focusing on what you can control, your actions and responses, and letting go of what you cannot. Practicing empathy. Seeing the world through the eyes of others to build compassion and understanding. Detachment. Without indifference. Loving deeply while releasing the need to control outcomes. Allowing relationships to flourish freely. The power of gratitude. Transforming connections through daily appreciation and acknowledgement of the good in others. Responding, not reacting, pausing before speaking, choosing calm over conflict, and fostering emotional resilience. Remember, transformation doesn't happen overnight. Start small. Choose one principle that resonates with you and commit to practicing it in your relationships. Perhaps you begin by pausing before responding, or by expressing gratitude daily. Each small step creates ripples, slowly building the trust, understanding, and connection you seek. Take a moment now to reflect on your relationships. What do you cherish most about the people in your life? How can Stoicism help you nurture those bonds and overcome challenges? If today's journey inspired you, we invite you to join us on the Stoic Path to Serenity. Subscribe to our channel for more Stoic wisdom, practical tips, and tools to transform your life and relationships. Let's continue this journey together toward connection, resilience, and serenity. Thank you for being here today. Remember, the path to stronger relationships begins within. Until next time, stay serene and connected. But before we part, let's take a moment to ground ourselves in stillness and reflection. This guided meditation is your time to internalize the Stoic principles we've discussed, letting them guide your path to stronger, more meaningful relationships. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable and take a deep breath in and out. Let go of the tension in your body and quiet your mind. Now, as you breathe, let these affirmations settle into your heart. I focus on what I can control. Feel the power of letting go, releasing the need to change others, and instead, embracing your ability to respond with patience and wisdom. I choose understanding over judgment. Picture yourself walking in the shoes of a loved one, seeing the world as they do. Feel empathy building a bridge between your hearts. I cherish my connections without attachment. Visualize your relationships as beautiful, flowing rivers. Appreciate their depth and beauty without clinging to any one current. Trust that love flows freely when it's not confined. Let these affirmations guide your interactions. Carry this peace into your relationships. Nurturing, subscribe to the Stoic Path to Serenity for more wisdom and practices to transform your life. Thank you for joining us. Until next time, stay serene.